Um, I just heard about intelligent design and teleological belief in the earth, human beings being having a designer, and that being God, and uh, some guy named Paley who made a theory about that. But I think sometimes it seems like when uh, we rationalize, and that's the word means uh, is based on mathematical logic, argumentation, and of course it is, because we live in a scientifically based society, except from a biblically based society, the rules and laws, and then the way we resonate about things. But is it then possible to use the IQ logic, mathematic um, uh, way of rationalizing about modern design, or uh, is it all just evolution? But evolution is not the beginning either. That's when uh, there was some kind of life that from the water then uh, got up on the ground and then turned into um, the Darwin way of thinking. That's not the beginning, and the beginning is not that life either. There's the universe, and then um, there's our solar system, but that's not all. Then we can go further out, and there's more out there, other uh, I don't know, with solar systems and other. We talk about infinity when it comes to the universe. Uh, so it, but it's natural that we want to take the way we think and then try to resonate within the frames of that thinking, because is anything else possible? We if we go back 2,000 years or so, when the Bible was written, and we know that there was created good and bad, and we don't know if it was actually before that, and God and Jesus and Simon Peter and all the other disciples. Uh, so further back, then there's a lot of uh, uh, art pieces telling us that they worshipped the sun, or something that was depicted that looked like the sun, that was called Ra, um, according to people who have looked into that, uh, and uh, and they have lived in a totally different way, not knowing if it was the sun. What is that? Um, uh, and can we even get close to the sun? I don't. We can't without burning up. Even though I saw a program about, I think, no, don't know if it was NASA that sent something that was heat protected to circle around the sun and get close to it and see that there were volcanoes, as far as I know, and this corona that was then outside of that. It was or in there. The heat was multiplied by I don't know how many times, and then the heat got uh, yeah, it got warmer, and that's what. Um, yeah, but if but how else is it possible to resonate than saying, well, it's logical that I put a coffee in that cup, and if well, there's coffee in it, so if someone else saw that, there must have been someone pouring that coffee in the cup. And since no one else was here, then it must have been me. uh, but maybe if we think about, well, taking out good and bad, the concept good and bad, and then say, well, because there was a guy argumenting, saying that why did God create the blind spot that we have to move, actually. We can't just sit still and then just sit here and I can see everything and I can just sit here and just be an observer and see what's going on all around me, or turn my head around like an owl, or tornadoes and hurricanes and things like that. But what if we take out good and bad, and say, well, we are not the center of the universe, us human beings. It all has to do with if there's a hurricane, is to clear the air, or because there's too much pressure. That's that's what weather men and women know. That's another kind of science. So, but well, then if 10,000 people die, who cares? Because we're not the center of the universe. We're just like ants and bees, and because if we don't think about us, then when we talk about modern design, then why were the ants created that small for us just to step on them and kill them without even considering them to be alive, or that they they are not entitled to have a life? We can just kill them because they are maybe if we knew something about them. I have a friend who told me that they're actually very intelligent, the way they work together with these I don't know what it's called, these pyramid-like things they build, and how they carry these little pieces of leaves, and then and if you, I watched a program once also about bigger ants than the ones I see around here, and how they work together. They had a really well-functioning society in their little world. And it's nice when they're in the forest. I would never kill them there, but when they are on my floor, I just step on them. And but from their perspective, we are like big monsters, like beasts. We to them we are beasts, and if we ask them, they would wonder why they were created that small, so that evil devils like human beings could just step on them and kill them. Uh, and that's how things can be seen from various perspectives. And who says that we human beings are more entitled to a good life than an ant? Who says that we are the center of this life? Who says it's not insects? And it's all about them, and we are just the beasts who they try to avoid. We are the evil devils who always try to ruin their lives and to kill them and get rid of them. And if it's like that, then we're just nothing else than a hurricane or a tornado or a volcano or something like that. And well, that's not actually taking a stand on intelligent design, except I question who's the main character. um, and also the way of resonating. within the IQ, because it seems like it's all just crap. A lot of words are mixed up and turned around, and it's like also a bit childish, that way of resonating. If this, then it has to be that. Why does it have to be the same? If you think about psychology, if it's true, we don't know. And then and trauma, and cleaning a sink. If you want to clean a sink, you put soap and you take um, something to you put in water and soap, and then you take a brush or something and you clean it. Well, you can't do that with the mind, then you'd have to cut it open and put in and so it's not possible to make that kind of logic, mathematic logic, then it's more, I can't find the word. You can't always draw those parallels and say it's not parallel, because that there you have to use that way of thinking. That within psychology, it's more the parallel way of thinking, and within natural science, it is parallel, or mathematic logic, blah blah blah. And the universe and creation, well, maybe we are not that intelligent, as human beings, that we're able to understand it, because if God created it and we're not able to do the same, then why should we think that we can understand where did it all come from? That when we are able to create a universe like this, I think it's easier for us to understand how it happened, and yeah. But I don't think we are yet, or hopefully we never will be able to do that.